Everyone thinks the giving of the Torah was a single historical event. They are wrong. It was, in fact, an inner spiritual transformation, an eternal process available to us all here and now. This isn't just a retelling of ancient history. It's a key to unlocking profound spiritual growth in your own life, as explained by the great Kabbalist, Baal-hasulam. The traditional narrative places the giving of the Torah at Mount Sinai, roughly 300 years ago, a momentous, singular event where a physical scroll was handed down. But Kabbalah, particularly through the lens of Baal-hasulam, reveals a far deeper, more personal meaning. Baal-hasulam, Rav Yehuda Ashlag, who lived from 1884 to 1954, was a towering figure in modern Kabbalah. He meticulously clarified the spiritual wisdom of the Ari and the Book of Zohar, making it accessible for our generation. His works, like Talmud Esser Sephirot and the study of the 10 Sephirot, demystify the inner mechanics of creation. He taught that the entire Torah is not merely a book of laws or historical accounts. It is a guide to connecting with the spiritual force that sustains all of existence. The giving of the Torah, therefore, isn't a one-time physical act, but an ongoing spiritual attainment. What does this mean for us? It means the Torah represents the light of correction, the wisdom that can transform our inherent egoistic nature, our desire to receive for ourselves alone, into an altruistic one, a desire to give and bestow. Imagine the Israelites at Sinai. They were a diverse group, unified by a single aspiration, to transcend their individual desires and connect as one man with one heart. This collective desire, this yearning for unity, is what prepared them to receive the spiritual light. The mountain, Sinai, isn't just a geological formation. In Kabbalah, Har Sinai, Hebrew He, Hebrew Resh, Hebrew Samech, Hebrew Yod, Hebrew Nun, Hebrew Yod, itself holds symbolic meaning. Har, Hebrew He, Hebrew Resh, can relate to Hira, Hebrew He, Hebrew Resh, Hebrew He, meaning conception or pregnancy, signifying the birth of a new spiritual state. And Sinai, Hebrew Samech, Hebrew Yod, Hebrew Nun, Hebrew Yod, comes from Sina, Hebrew Shin, Hebrew Nun, Hebrew Aleph, Hebrew He, meaning hatred, representing the ego that must be overcome. So the giving of the Torah at Mount Sinai describes the process where individuals, through intense desire for connection, rise above their inherent egoism, Sina, and begin to conceive, Har, a new, altruistic nature. This is the inner work of spiritual development. Baal-hasulam emphasizes that true spiritual reception isn't about passive acceptance. It's an active process of aligning our desires with the spiritual force. We don't take the Torah. We become vessels for its light by cultivating the attribute of bestowal, of love your neighbor as yourself. The 40 days and 40 nights Moses spent on the mountain, for example, aren't just a literal count. They represent a specific spiritual journey, a period of purification and intense inner work required to truly receive and integrate the spiritual laws. This leads us to the concept of arvat, mutual guarantee. At Sinai, the Israelites declared, Na'aseh v'nishma, we will do and we will hear. This wasn't just a promise to obey. It was a commitment to mutual responsibility, to elevate each other, to achieve spiritual unity as a prerequisite for receiving the light. Without this arvat, without the collective desire for bestowal, the spiritual light of the Torah cannot fully manifest. Our individual egoism creates barriers. Only by striving for unity can we truly connect to the upper world. So the giving of the Torah is an ongoing invitation. It's a call to each of us, individually and collectively, to actively transform our inner nature, to rise above our ego, to cultivate love for others, and thereby become suitable vessels for the spiritual light. This transformation isn't an instant miracle. It's a gradual process, a daily practice of examining our intentions, choosing bestowal over reception, and striving for unity with others. It's about building a spiritual connection from the ground up, within ourselves. Baal-hasulam's wisdom empowers us to see that the Torah isn't something external, handed down and locked in the past. It's an inner force, a potential for connection that we activate through our choices, through our free will to choose love your neighbor as yourself. The upper world isn't a distant heaven. It's a state of reality perceived when our desires align with the spiritual force of bestowal. The giving of the Torah is the unveiling of this reality within us, as we correct our egoistic vessels. This is why Kabbalah is so practical. It doesn't offer abstract philosophy. It offers a precise method for inner spiritual development. A method rooted in authentic sources, clarified for our generation by Baal HaSulam and his son, the Rabbesh. By engaging with this wisdom, we participate in the ongoing giving of the Torah. We move from merely believing in a historical event to actively embodying its spiritual truth, transforming ourselves, and in doing so, elevating the world around us. Subscribe to continue exploring these profound Kabbalistic insights and unlock the deeper meaning of your own life's journey.